Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little bit of a different kind of video. We got the opportunity through Drive STI to test drive a Mitsubishi Mirage for 1 week. And if you follow me on my daily channel, you can go see our daily life in it and other thoughts. But I wanted to make this video to let you guys know about this car because I think it is a great mommy car. I think it's a great car to have as a second car. And I will tell you everything I liked and disliked about it, and then I will add in my husband's thoughts too, because he did drive it as well, and kind of his point of view, a daddy point of view, and a mommy point of view of the Mitsubishi Mirage. And it was a 2015, and the color was plasma purple. And throughout this video, I will be showing you clips of the inside and a better look at the car itself. So don't worry, you don't have to just stare at my face the whole time. So my favorite part of this car, and if you watch my daily vlogs, you know this because I said it 100 times, was the keyless entry feature. And this might be old to some people, but to me, I've never had a car with this or seen a car with this. So I love the fact that the keys were in my pocket. If I had the kids, I did not have to, you always forget to look for your keys, right? You lock the door, you put them back in your bag, and then you're like, oh wait, I have to unlock the car. And or you're walking from the store, and it's just best that you have your keys on you. You're not sure where, because face it, that always happens, mommy brain. And you just have to press the button, and there you go. And then you're sure that you have it on you. If you press the button and it doesn't work, then you might have lost your keys. But I love that feature because I always tend to have to struggle through my pocket. If I'm holding Phoenix's hand, I can just easily press the button. It's the same for the trunk, so I can easily open the car without having to look for my keys. And also the push to start, you just put your foot on the brake, which at first I didn't know, so I was pushing the button and nothing was happening, and it was like, I'm like, what's going on? So I had to put my foot on the brake, press the button, and the car started, which was another awesome feature. If you walked out of the car and left the car on, it made a noise. I'm pretty sure it's because I had the keys on me when I walked out of the car, and it let me know, I guess, that hey, you took the keys, you're out of the car's still on, or whatever. So that was also great, because I feel like if you're not used to that type of thing, you'll forget to turn it off, or all that. So, and when you leave the car, you also just press the button to lock it. So being a mommy of 2, always having your hands kind of full, not having to look for your keys, that's an awesome feature. Another thing I loved was the Bluetooth. The radio was very simple looking. There was nothing extravagant about it. It was just very simple looking, but it did have a Bluetooth connection, so you could connect your phone and talk through there, which I love, because driving with kids by yourself at all, if you do have to make a phone call, you could just say call husband, and it would call your husband, once your phone is paired with the car. So that was another favorite of mine. Me, I am not a big fan of parking, so if you're not a big fan of parking, a small car is the way to go. This car was so easy to park. The first time I parked it, if anybody was watching, they probably thought I was crazy, because it was like a really big spot and I was like moving like 100 times, but it's so small. But we have a bigger car, so I'm used to trying to park a bigger car, and I'm horrible at it. But this one, it was like, at least I was like, I know I have a ton more space because this car is a lot smaller. So parking was easy. If you suck at parking like I do, or you don't have to do it often, this is a car for you. If you live in like a city and there's not big parking spots, or there's not a lot of parking spots, you can fit this bad boy into a tiny spot and get a spot, because it's just so compact. But there is a good amount of room still inside. There's a lot of leg room, and there's still room inside, even though it is very compact. Another thing was the color. I love the color. I feel like a lot of people were looking at me while I was driving, because the color is just so vibrant, and it's not a color you actually see a lot, or me, I don't even notice it a lot. So it does stand out if you're driving or walking or anything, or you drive by. Like, I'm sure my neighbors knew, like, wow, that's a different car, because the color is so different, that it stands out and you notice it. So I loved that, because I love purple. Is one of my favorite colors. I've learned to love it more and more over the years. So I just love it. And I remember back in high school, I used to say, I'm going to get a yellow car because it's going to stand out. And when you see it on the street, you're going to know that's my car. So it's funny because I felt like that purple car, like I posted it on my social medias. And when my friends came over for Super Bowl, they were like, oh, that's the car. Like, it's so vibrant and bright, and like you could just spot it out. If you didn't know where I lived and you drove by, you probably knew where I lived. So that was another great feature about it, just the spaz of it. So a few things that were not bad about the car, but just weren't convenient for our lifestyle and our family was the trunk space. The trunk space was relatively generous. However, if you didn't have 2 kids or you didn't have to keep a stroller in it, our biggest problem, even with our SUV, is that we have our double stroller in there. So that already takes up a ton of space. We could not fit it into the Mitsubishi. So I didn't take the kids out with me. I did put their car seats in because our intention was to take them out, and I'll show you how the car seats look. They fit great, especially if you have 2 front facing, would be much easier than 1 rear facing. But the car seats fit great, and they would probably have room back there pretty good. However, we're going to go out to do food shopping, and we needed the double stroller plus, you know, all the bags on top of it. It's already tough with the car we have now to fit the double stroller and all our groceries, or if we go shopping. So it definitely wasn't good for our family in that sense, because we need a lot of trunk space. But I think that this car would be an awesome car for a second car in the family, or if you just have 1 kid maybe, or you don't need double stroller and you have more room in the back, you don't have 2 car seats. But like for us, if I was working too, it'd be great for a car, like for me to go to work, have car seats in there, drop off the kids at daycare or pick them up, you know, and all that, not having to have a stroller in there really, or maybe a little umbrella stroller or something, but then having our SUV as our like weekend car. I think that this would be an awesome second car. It saves in gas, and it's just awesome in that sense. So having 2 big cars would, you know, cost you a lot more money than having, you know, a big family car for weekends and family trips, and then having like a smaller car for, you know, everyday use. Like, you know, if I needed to take them to daycare and then back home, perfect. It saves me in gas, and it's compact, so it can park anywhere. You know, those spots when you're trying to go get your kids at daycare, there's never a spot out in front. So I think that would be, like I said, an awesome mommy little car. So I'm going to stop here before I get too much out there. My husband is going to talk more about what he liked about the car and what he thought about it. So let's cue to that. So this is John's perspective on the Mitsubishi Mirage 2015.
This is a guy's review on the Mitsubishi Mirage. Now overall, I did drive the vehicle, and believe it or not, I actually was kind of impressed with it. It is a little small. And because it is such a lightweight vehicle, you certainly have to be careful with the crosswinds and on the open highway, because it can tend to push you a little bit, depending upon which way the wind's coming. So, but the good thing about that though is you recover quickly. It has pretty loose handling, really good suspension. I was actually pretty impressed with that as well. The great thing about it as well is that you do get 37 miles for city driving and 44 on the highway, which is actually really good. So it's also an eco car. So also the other thing is it had some pep to it. It took a little while to get there, longer than it would any other car. But this is a 3-cylinder, 74 horsepower dual overhead cam engine. So it is a little light in the engine as well. This is a perfect car for somebody that lives in a city where parking may be kind of rare, and really just kind of if you need a vehicle just to get from A and B, sometimes just to run some errands. So this is perfect for a single or couple who really kind of just use it sparingly, or really is a little more eco-friendly in terms of usage. For a family of 4, it really doesn't seem as practical. Like I said, it is a smaller vehicle, so you start to lack some traditional space that you would need with that. I was very impressed with the car. I love the handling on it. You know, some people don't necessarily like the loose handling, but I like it because I actually feel that the car rebounds quickly. And like I said, even for it being a smaller car, it had some decent room in it for me, who's a little bit of a bigger guy. I like the drive on it. Pickup was good. Highway driving, very nice for it. Overall, I was overly impressed after seeing the vehicle. You know, I had some reservations about it, but after driving it, it really is a very nice vehicle to drive. So.
And how did you feel about driving a purple car?
I have no problem.
Did you get any looks?
No, no looks. I will drive a car any color it is. It doesn't matter. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. If you're looking for a nice mommy car that's going to save you on gas, that's going to be easy to get in because you can just press that button, my favorite feature, and this is the car for you, Mitsubishi Mirage 2015 Plasma Purple. I'm sure they have other colors. You don't need to get Plasma Purple, but that was a fun color to have. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video, and check out our daily channel if you want to see more about how we spent our week in the Mitsubishi Mirage. Thank you.